Welcome to Pick Six. I'm Ian Steele, in for Nick Coit tonight. For years, we have called this program the most fun 15 minutes in sports. And definitely not just because the broadcasters, let's be honest, we're not that funny, but because of the great effort put forth by the athletes, school administrators, and communities in this area. Tonight, we shine a spotlight on you one last time. We start with footage from my man, Tony Barreto, SVISports.com, in Portsmouth with Cranston West. Forced throw intercepted by the Patriots. Jackson Hackley at the 1 yard line. How can you not be romantic about sports? A 99-yard, all together now, pick six. That's how this show and this game starts. More flashes from the Patriots defense. Jack Sanderson gets to the quarterback, tries to throw the ball away. Some shoving into the ref, collateral damage, and then the flag comes out. Not sure if it's for intentional grounding, the shove, or flag on himself for not keeping his head on a swivel. Pat's defense looking great. How about the offense? Just as good. Pass up top. Adam Coe. Nick Colantonio making the catch in traffic. All Portsmouth at home tonight, 27-0. The Hendricken Marching Band lively this evening, and they had a lot to celebrate. Hawks up big coming into the second half. And look at this unit. Zion Hightower breaking through the defense. Going to have to use more than arm tackles on this guy. Finally brought down by a crowd of Clipper defenders. Later in the drive, Isaiah Brito zipping this one to Damon Lombard for the score with a little celly to boot. The Hawks win their third game this season, beating Cumberland 34-0. Break it down, fellas. Westerly's coaches fired up, and with good reason, the Bulldogs taking a 41-6 lead on East Providence in the first quarter. Still, the EP stands, staying in the spirit. The Dogs' defense coming to play after the long drive. The Townies in good field position, but Calvin Hill shoots the gap, taking down the running back in the backfield. TFL for him. A few plays later, EP tries some misdirection. It doesn't fool Westerly's defensive line. Damon Yuva, Andrew Smith-Sampson, both in on that. All right, so the run isn't working, so the red team decides it's time to pass. That doesn't work either. Jake Karen breaking up the play in the end zone. All this to defend a 55-13 lead that ends up being the final score. Statement win for Westerly, followed by a handshake line. Very nice. Over to West Warwick, the Wizards hosting Tolman, looking to bounce back from 2 straight losses to open the season. And they weren't waiting around in this one, handing off to Nick Andrucho. He could go all the way. Bumbling, stumbling. Wizards up early. Magic doesn't stop there, forcing the Tigers fumble. On the next play, it's Andrew Chow again. He's got the first 2 scores of the day, but Devon Below says, let me get in on some of this. Barreling in for the score here. They'd only add from there. The Wizards wallop the Tigers 47-14. The ball kicked off at Conley Stadium. Mount Pleasant playing host to Woonsocket. The Villanovans score, then they line up for the extra point, blocked at the line by MP's Haynard Booten, blocking the boot on the kick attempt. So home team with the ball going to the air to try and make up the deficit, but Lamine Niang quick to the quarterback, 2 sacks for the Woon on this drive. They get the ball back, give it to their bell cow, Mariel Medina, extremely shifty, untouched, diving for the pylon and the touchdown. That makes it 38-0 Woonsocket. They keep the shutout going, winning 45-0. Some acrobatics on the sidelines tonight in Coventry as they host Johnston. Perhaps some inspiration for the guys on the field. Oakers driving here. Cameron Jones under pressure, rolling out, showing off his acrobatics, slinging the ball downfield. Luke Mullen goes up and over the defender to get it. Long touchdown pass for the Oakers. Panthers say, anything you can do, I can do better. Never, says Cole Sanderson. He breaks up a potential touchdown pass, but the Panthers are not deterred. Ethan Archambault throwing again. This time he finds Aiden Neal in the corner of the end zone. Back and forth affair. Coventry comes out on top in this one. Oakers picking up their first win, handing the Panthers their first loss, 35-26. The city lit up behind the Al Murrow complex in Providence. Classical hosting North Providence tonight. The Purple defense coming up and defending the run. Hard hit on the outside by Kobe Tavares. Corners playing the run like that. Yes, sir, that is impressive. Classical gets the ball around midfield, then gets a big gainer on first down, marching right down the field. Parker Howley over the middle. Silas McKay gets the team into the red zone. They run it in from there. Tamid Mashoud taking the ball to the outside, walks in for the score. Then watch this. Audio's coming up here. Light show at the Morrow. Awesome feature for the fans. This is how Classical does it on a Friday night, winning at home 38-zip. Good halftime show by the Cranston East Marching Band and Color Guard. Their Thunderbolts tied with Pilgrim in the second half. From this camera angle here, you can see how the linemen block the play and develop it. Sees open up. Galvin Boylan walks through like he's Moses. 2 second-half touchdowns has the green team in the lead. Pilgrim, a little sleepy out of the locker room, but they wake up here. An open lane for Adam El Razali. He runs through it. Brand new and shiny again, 27-27 in the fourth. The Bolts respond. Everything running through Boylan. Oh boy, this, his third score of the second half. East with a fourth quarter lead. That's the go-ahead and eventual game-winning touchdown. Cranston East wins a wild one, 35-27. Narragansett running to daylight for a Division IV championship rematch, playing Davies at Bryant University under their new field house. The Patriots down by the goal line, throwing it short of the end zone, but a good effort by Edgar Melendez to break the tackle and leap into the end zone. The defending champs up first. A lot of trouble on extra points today. Coaches, we'll have some things to talk about. Gansett's Hadrian Duncan blocks the kick, makes a tackle in one fell swoop. Yo, Hadrian, we did it! The Mariners looking for some revenge from last year's division final, getting the ball to the boundary. Dylan Ira Raggery carrying the dude to pay dirt. Gansett gets on the board. And in the rematch, the challenger knocks off the champ. Mariners winning tonight, 34-18, the final. That's Pick 6. Big thank you to the field crew who roamed the sidelines for us. Tony Barreto of SVISports.com, our own Ryan Medeiros and photographer Patrick Gott, and the crew in the back who stay locked in for us on these Friday nights. Producer Ian Miller, directors Steve Footman, Nate Sloat, and Joe Escalis. Thanks as well to News Director Joe Studley and Assistant News Director Matt Kuchar for approving the schedule changes, making sure we get to these games. Hopefully, the next time you see an interception go back for a touchdown, you think of all these hardworking people. Again, that's Pick 6. Stick around. More sports next.